Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is June 1st, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1948, one of the best enhancement talents of the 80s and 90s, Black Bart. 1970, watch out, it's Ian Rotten. 1977, sorry about your damn luck, it's James Storm. And last but not least, 1981, Bully Ray is one lucky son of a gun, it's Velvet Sky. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for June 1st. 1992, Al Getz. 2015, former ECW enhancement talent, Tommy Rogers. Alright, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for June 1st. Getting in the Wayback Machine and going all the way to 1945, where we see Bobby Bonellas defeat El Santo to win the Mexican National Middleweight title, beginning Bonellas' second reign and ending Santo's third. Making two stops in 1948, first, Sandor Sabo wins the Minneapolis World Heavyweight title for a fourth time, defeating Bronco Nagurski in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our second stop in 48, the Green Shadow defeats Herb Welch for the Tennessee World Junior Heavyweight title in Nashville, Tennessee, ending Welch's seventh reign. Making one pit stop in the 50s, 1956, Buddy Rogers defeats Pepper Gomez for the NWA Texas Heavyweight title in Houston, Texas. Grooving into the 60s, 1962, Jack Donovan and Jackie Fargo defeat the Mysterious Medics for the Gulf Coast NWA Southern Tag Team titles. Grabbing my bell bottoms and going to the 70s, 1971, Brian Maxine defeats Clayton Thompson in Graydon, England for the British Middleweight title. Making two stops in 1973, first, Bull Ramos and Clay Spencer defeat Stephen Littlebear and Dutch Savage for the NWA Pacific Northwest Tag Team titles. Our second stop in 73 sees Black Ordman and Goliath defeat Ray Mendoza and Raul Reyes to win the NWA America's Tag Team titles. Skipping ahead 2 years to 1975, Bobby Hart and Larry O'Day defeat the Missouri Mauler and Steve Rackman to win the NWA Austro-Asian Tag Team titles in Sydney, Australia. Just 1 year later in 1976, Jim Breeks defeats Bobby Ryan to win the British Lightweight title. Our final stop in the 70s, 1979, Ron Garvin wins his fifth NWA Southeastern Heavyweight title, defeating Alex Smirnoff in Knoxville, Tennessee. Grabbing our boomboxes and making two stops in 1981, first, Bill Dundee defeats Stan Lane for the Mid-American NWA United States Junior Heavyweight title in Memphis, Tennessee. Our second stop in 81 sees Jimmy Golden end Ken Lucas's second NWA Southeastern Heavyweight title reign in Alabama. 1985, Black Bart defeats Ron Garvin to win the NWA National Heavyweight title in Atlanta, Georgia, and on his birthday, no or less. Our last stop in the 80s, 1987, Jeff Jarrett wins the NWA Mid-American Heavyweight title for a second time in Memphis, Tennessee, ending Moondog Spot's second reign. Moving into the decade of grunge, 1990, Kerry Von Erich defeats Matt Bourne in Dallas, Texas to win the NWA Texas Heavyweight title for a third time. 1996, the first World Wrestling Peace Festival is organized by Antonio Inoki, is held at the Sports Arena in Los Angeles, California. It featured wrestlers from WCW, CMLL, AAA, and New Japan. The WWF chose not to send any wrestlers. That same day in 1996, ECW held Fight the Power at the ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where ECW World Television Champion Shane Douglas defeated El Puerto Rican, Don E. Allen, Devin Storm, and Mikey Whipwreck all in 4 separate matches to retain that title. Unfortunately, in his 5th match of that night, Pitbull number 2 defeated Shane for that ECW World Television title. And one last stop in 1996, Brian Christopher defeats Jerry Lawler to win his 22nd of 25 USWA heavyweight titles in Memphis, Tennessee. Those were your short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for June 1st. I'm the Eclectic Gentleman, Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.